Hey guys. This video is also going to serve as my sub-plans for today. So normally I wouldn't go over the sponge or the learning target in my videos, but today I am going to. Alright, so first of all, I want you to be plotting these points on the coordinate plane. I know the grid is harder to read on your paper than it is on the board, but just do the best that you can. All right, I'm going to give you 1 minute starting now. Okay, so point A should be at elevator 2 up to the first floor, and don't forget to put a capital A next to that point because otherwise it's not full credit. Okay, B is the first elevator up to the second floor. C is the -2 elevator down to the -1 floor. And D is the -1 elevator but up to the second floor. A lot of people have been reading a negative sign in front of that 2 that's not there, so be careful of that. Okay, in the next section, take 15 seconds, see if you remember how we labeled the quadrants of a coordinate plane. Okay, this should be Roman numeral 1, and yes, you have to do Roman numerals. You can't be like, oh, those are silly, antiquated things. We can't use Roman numerals. No, you have to. That is just how they are referred to. And if you start in quadrant 1, the correct way to label them is to go in a C, C for correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and a C. It's also counterclockwise, which also starts with a C. So different ways you can remember how to set them up. All right, the learning target for today is to identify the type of transformation. Okay, that's a new vocabulary word for today. Transformation shown in a picture. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. You can put your pencil down because I'm going to do a bunch of manipulation on the screen. All right, so I got a triangle here, and what transformations are is taking a triangle, taking a shape, making a copy of it, and doing something with that copy. For example, what I did just now to go from here to here. Okay, that's sliding the triangle, and the official name for that is translation. Okay, so I'm going to slide it even further out of the way. Okay, another thing I could do is take this triangle and what I just did was flip it over, which is a reflection. So I took that triangle and I flipped it over. Okay. Could take the triangle and rotate it, turn it. So that's another possibility. And lastly, I could take the triangle and make it smaller, make it bigger. Okay, that's called a rotation. So I'm going to have you write down some words here. Okay. So a transformation is where we create an image or a copy of a point, a line segment, or a shape by doing one or more of the following: translation, reflection, dilation, rotation. And if you want to pause this video right now to give everybody time to write this down, And then put your pencils down when you're done so that the person knows to restart, press play on the video again. Okay, a translation is where you slide. See how a SL is in the middle of the word translation, and it's in the middle of the word, beginning of the word slide. Where you slide an image. Notice that it doesn't change in size, it doesn't change in shape, it doesn't flip over, it doesn't turn, it just moves. So this shows a diagonal arrow moving the R from one position to the other, but to be honest, it's not a one direct movement, it's actually two movements, it's across and down. And what I mean by changing size is if I labeled this R as being 5 inches tall, the other R would also be 5 inches tall, even if I didn't label it. Okay? L is a translation, it only moved in one direction, it just slid over to the right. But it is still a translation, and the length of the bottom part of the L right here, and on the other one, that's the same. So we're changing the size, or we're not changing the size, excuse me. Again, if you need to pause to have students write this down, please do so. All right, a dilation makes an image bigger or smaller. So you see that as I went from this triangle to this one, it got bigger. This says our original tiger, and this says the dilation, so the tiger got bigger. But dilations can also get smaller. Dilation, if you want to remember, you know, if you've ever been to the eye doctor and they put those drops in your eyes to make your pupil, that black part of your eye, they make that bigger so they can shine the light in your eye and see more of the inside of your eyeball. Okay, dilation in your eyes is making that hole bigger. So it's the same kind of thing in math. Okay, reflection is just what it sounds like. You're going to flip an image over a given line, creating a mirror image. Okay, again, it does not change in size, but things point different directions. Like in the hand image, the fingers are pointing to the right, and the reflection fingers are pointing to the left. Okay, in a reflection, letters like this is an O, and that's an O, and they are right across from each other. That's an N, and that's an N, and they're right across from each other. So reflections have the same letters labeling. I know they're hard to read, but they're the same letters, and they're straight across from each other. Again, feel free to pause this slide so that you can get all the writing in. A rotation turns an image around a given point. Again, no change in size. And at the 8th grade level, we only do rotations around the origin. Think of the origin of your graph like the center of the universe, which is the sun. All of our planets rotate around the sun, and all of our shapes that we draw and rotate will rotate around the origin, just like the sun. Okay? All right, this is a page I want you to have open for your exit ticket. It lists the different kinds of transformations, so reflection, translation, rotation, and dilations down here at the bottom. All right, I'm going to leave this out on your desk so that you can see it. It's on the very back of your notes packet. Okay, and then right now we're going to do our exit ticket. So if you're watching this video at home for homework help, you can stop now. But if you're, for period 6 class today, we're going to keep playing this video because you're going to do your exit ticket and turn it into the exit ticket bin as you finish it. So here we. Okay. Whoever's covering for me, please hand out the half sheet of graph paper, and everybody put your name and period 6 at the top. Then I want you to number 1, 2, 3. I want you to number all the way, well, I'll just keep doing it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so number 1 to 9. And I'm going to start flashing on the screen. I'm only going to give you 10 to 15 seconds per picture, so you have to be paying attention, watching, and on task. You're handing this in for a grade. Okay, so be prepared to hand this in, pay attention. You're only going to have about 10 to 15 seconds per image. Okay, so I'm going to show, we'll do the first one together. Okay, I'm going to show you an image. This is number 1. And gee, what I see in this picture, I think, is a reflection. So on my paper next to number 1, I'm going to write reflection. Okay, again, have this page visible on your notes so that you see how to spell everything. And I'm not grading you on your spelling, but you know, you can't say, oh, it's the one that starts with an R. Well, we need to get comfortable using our vocabulary words, and 2 of them start with R. So. All right, here we go. Got reflection for everybody gets number 1 right. Okay, number 1. Number 2, 10 to 15 seconds. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Okay, take your exit ticket paper, make sure your name is on it, put it in the exit ticket pocket over under the flag, and start your homework. Thank you. Have a good day.